Hi girls! So I just wanted to make a video, obviously, about my depression and where I got to, why I got there, and how I got out of it. Got out of it. I tell you what, most of you have seen my story. Most of you know the struggles that I've lived through. I got very, very depressed excuse me, when I was pregnant with my daughter, from my ex hitting me to cheating on me with prostitutes, constantly having to check his phone and seeing what the hell is he doing because I didn't trust him, and wanting to leave, but I didn't want to leave because I was so young and pregnant. I didn't want to be on my own. I wasn't strong enough to be on my own because I didn't want to be a single mother. And I know no one wants to be a single mother, but yeah, I didn't want to have that label. I didn't, and no one does. And there's a lot of strong women out there, including my mother, who are, single mothers. And my hat off to you, really, honestly, it's such hard work. It is such hard work doing everything on your own. And I didn't want to do it. But anyway, so from that, I was very, very depressed from that. I blamed my daughter for why I got treated that way, even though it was not her fault. She wasn't even born. But I blamed her for that for so long, and I resented her a little bit. Through therapy, I can say that sentence because I can't admit to it, but I can say that sentence through therapy. And it hurts to say that, but it's the truth. And I'm very much all about honesty and being open, and this is me being open and honest. So yeah, after she was born, I resented her. I didn't want to. I loved her, but I don't know. I just, yeah, it was really bad. And I had depression. I had postnatal depression. It was really bad. I remember one morning, thinking, I can't say what I want to say. Anyways, then, 2 months later, I got pregnant with my son. Things didn't get any better. I still was getting hit. I was still, having the whole prostitute problem and the cheating problem, and it just wasn't a good time. Finally, we broke up. My mum kicked him out, and then it got really bad at one point where I was giving him the kids for the day, and he took my keys out of the car and was like, you're not going anywhere. You're staying here with me, and we're going to be together. And so I got to shit. So I got my pram out of the car, and I put my daughter in the pram, and he was holding my son, and he would not let him go. And I'm like, look, you know what? Just take the car and give a shit. Give me my son, because I was gonna walk home, and it was very far away. It was about half an hour, probably been about a 2-hour walk, and it was like mid-afternoon at this point too. Anyways, he didn't. And we kept fighting on the street for about 4 to 5 hours, arguing and yelling, walking back and forth. I was going mental. I finally got my son, put him in the pram, and I walked off. He was following me, and I didn't even have my phone on me because it was dead. So I couldn't even call my mum or anybody to come for help. So I was walking and arguing with him on the street, and all the cars, and everyone could hear us yelling at each other. I called him a prick, and he had a tiny dick, and it was just things I would say that would really hurt him for him to walk away. And he didn't walk away, he stayed. And then until he was choking me on the street, and it was probably about 7 o'clock at night at this point. He was choking me and grabbed me and wouldn't let me go, until luckily this lady was jogging past and she saw it. And she said to me, "Are you alright?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And yeah, and then he let go, and then I'm like, "Look, you just need to leave me alone." And he finally got the hint and he walked home. Anyways, I ended up getting to a phone, calling my mum, telling her, and then my auntie came, and she came pick me up with the kids, and she's like, "Look, I'm not driving without the car seats with the kids because it's dangerous, and etc., etc. I don't want to get pulled over, etc." And she's, I was worried about that as well. So we managed to get into his complex. A massive brawl started happening. We were yelling back and forth outside of her house. we finally got the car seats after a massive battle. And then I think the following 2 weeks later, I believe it was, I decided to leave, never contact him again, and just move states, which I did. After that happened, I was a loose cannon. I was everywhere. Didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to think. You know, I was living with this guy that I didn't really know, just to have a place to stay, you know, with his dad and his brother, which happens to be my future husband of next year. You know, and then I got raped by someone in Rocky's family in front of the kids. That just made everything worse. I didn't know what to do. I was stuck, I was frozen, I was worried for my kids. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then I moved to Queensland again, like a different state. Then I came back to Sydney to be with Rocky in a unit. Everything was up and down kind of thing. And then I got sexually assaulted outside of a Kmart in the middle of the night. This guy came up to me, just grabbed me and started kissing me, and then he was like kissing me a bit, and then like he grabbed my tongue, and he goes, if you let go, I'm gonna bite your tongue off, kind of thing. So I was sitting there mortified, like, what the fuck is going on? Anyways, I kneed him in the balls. I got away, so that was good. And then I got attacked again, or nearly attacked. I was at Hungry Jack's. It was a Friday night. It was raining. I had pulled over to the side of the car park because I was looking for my credit card. And these two guys, I just look up, you know, and there was these two guys in front of my car, you know, looking at me, winking at me, and then kicking my car. And then they were walking over to the driver's seat, and I was like, oh my God. Luckily, I drove off. You know, and then they kicked my car again as I drove off, and it scared the shit out of me. You know, it's really bad. After all that happened, me and Rocky were very, very shaky because he had enough of hearing all these things that happened to me, and he couldn't handle it because after what his, you know, family member did to me, you know, after that, and then, yeah, it was really bad. I honestly didn't know what to do. It was really bad, really bad. And then, I had a stroke. All the stress, just had a stroke. Couldn't take it, really. Because I wouldn't talk. Everything was like bottled in kind of thing. And then, after a couple months after I had meningitis, I started gaining weight dramatically because they had taken my UID out because it was causing me problems that had been taken out. It's getting massive acne that I never had in my entire life. Really, really bad acne. You wouldn't even recognize me. Was getting a lot of weight. I had a lot more facial hair. Nothing clicked until earlier this year when I thought I was pregnant. Actually, nothing clicked in general, to be honest. I just thought I was pregnant. And I had found I had PCOS. That sent me over the fucking edge. The edge. That was it. I was like, you know what, that's it. I packed my kids. I wasn't trying to commit suicide. I just wanted to run away because I couldn't handle everything. But then my mum knew something was up, so she took my kids away from me that day, and she's like, look, if you want to leave, then leave. They're staying here with me because I don't want you to go kill yourself and you take them down with you, kind of thing, which I would never do anyway, but that's what she said to me. And I was like, alright, fine then. So I took off, and I was driving. I was probably 3 hours away, and I was determined that I was going to chuck myself over a cliff because I had enough. After everything in my life, I had enough. It's just, I was done. That's it. Like, honestly, like, what positive energy could come after this? It's ridiculous. I always see the good in everything. And in people, that's probably why I get fucked over all the time. I still do. I see the good in everybody. But yeah, I didn't commit suicide. Obviously, I'm still standing here today. I wasn't taking my meds for a long time. And then I started seeing my therapist. because I needed I needed help. My husband's like, okay, you know what, I can't help you as much as he wanted to. He's like, you need to go see a therapist, which I was begging him to do, but he didn't understand why I needed to see one, because, you know, he's like, oh, you're just being selfish or whatever. He doesn't understand, because in his family, the way he grew up, is no one talks about anything. Like, you have to be strong. You're not allowed to show weakness. And for me, I was being very weak because I had issues and I wanted to see a therapist. So I started seeing a therapist. I was still depressed. I was so upset. You know, I would never leave the house. I would never want to leave the house. I felt so paranoid because I was so fat. I am still fat, but, you know, I didn't feel pretty anymore, and it was just awful. Anyway, so I started seeing a therapist, started getting better. And then I met everyone on the PCOS page, and that group, I started opening up a bit more. But then only until I made this page that I actually really opened up, and I started being myself again. And through helping other women, I'm actually helping myself, and I feel so much better. I wake up really happy. I still have my mood swings, don't get me wrong, but they're not as bad as what they used to be. You know, some days I would wake up and just cry all day, not want to leave the bed. I wouldn't take my kids to school because I didn't want to have to go pick them up. I just wanted to stay in bed. I felt like a really bad mother for a very long time because of everything that had happened to me. And sometimes I still question if I'm a good mother or not, because I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. You know, I think I am, but I don't know, and I feel like I could be better, but I just don't know. I'm still very fragile. I'm still very sensitive. But I'm getting better, and I just wanted to put it out there that, you know, you can go through hell and back, but yet there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. If you just stay positive, try and stay positive, see the good in things, just put a smile on your face, and you'll be happy. And I really, really mean that, because from where I was beginning of the year to where I am now, I'm in such a better place. You know what, and maybe the PCOS had a lot to do with my depression. I'm not sure. I know it does bring on depression and anxiety, so probably would have made me worse. And now that I am on the metformin, I do feel a lot better. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, just hang in there and just put a smile on your face, and I'm always here if you need to vent. So yeah, I know this is kind of repeating itself because you've already heard this kind of stuff before, but it really does help me just to put it out there anyway. And I hope it does help ladies, to encourage them to be themselves and love your size no matter what you are. Because, you know, I and everyone else is going to love you no matter what. And, you know, you can feel safe with us. So, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Behave yourselves. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Which probably isn't much anyway. But I love you, and bye.